What's up? It's your boy Brent C. So yeah, I wanted to talk to y'all today about how all of your answers will be in your body count. And the reason I say this, guys, is because if you look through all of the people that you've dealt with, then look, it will tell you everything you need to know. Now, if you just had one person, you could learn from that. But I'm saying, like, once you get a little older, and like not old, but like more experienced. I ain't talking about like high school and, oh, well, I kissed this one girl. No, I'm not talking about that bullshit. So I'm talking about real experience, guys. And this really works for men and women. If you just do some self-reflecting, just get alone one day, guys, and just sit down and look back at all the women you've dealt with, and women just inverted, all the men y'all have dealt with, and just say, okay, where did I mess up in this relationship? Where did I mess up in this interaction? Why wasn't I able to keep this girl in a rotation long term? Or why wasn't I able to keep this relationship long term? Whatever. What am I doing to keep losing these chicks? Or why do these chicks keep falling off? Or women, why doesn't a guy ever stick? If it's just constantly failed relationship or failed interaction, or you can't never like close the deal on the chick, or you do close the deal but you're not able to keep them around, then it's something that you have to work on. So what I would suggest to all of y'all is find your strengths. Figure out what it is that you're doing right to get the women, get the men. Then you have to figure out, what do I do to run them away? What do I do? What am I doing, or what am I not doing that's causing them not to stick? And that's just universal on both sides. Like, people seek advice, guys, because it's something that they need to fix. It's like, I watch YouTube videos of other content creators just to keep my mind sharp, and just to hear, okay, maybe somebody might drop a story, or I might hear something from an angle I never heard it from. But as far as the game, I got that on lock. But I still watch other people just because it is entertaining. And then it's just too, I love this shit. I love talking about it. So it's just like, you just all about swapping ideas and stuff like that. Like Warren Buffett talks to other billionaires and they have other business ideas, and Bill Gates will talk to other people about business, and Jeff Bezos and all of that. They sit down. It's like they all know what they're doing, but they still like converse about it. And they just trying to see, like, as a group, how to make things better. And that's essentially all the red pillars and alphas, or whatever you want to call it, are doing. So I definitely watch and keep my ear to the streets in the game to see what's going on out here and what people are talking about. And like I said, a lot of it is entertainment. But guys, yeah, just focus on your strengths and figure out what you're doing right and maximize that. And a lot of times when you focus on your strengths and maximize them, get those to the highest level you can, by default, those weaknesses will shrink even more. If you get your strengths together and you figure out what you're doing right, then you can go back and figure out what you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you do need to figure out what you're doing wrong, but you also need to identify what the hell you're doing right. Because if you just going in there blind and like, man, you need to understand the psychology of what it is. Like, why do chicks like me? Do they think I look good? Okay, so it's because it got a six-pack. Well, let me see if I can get some muscles with that six-pack. Is it because of my hair, my curly hair? Well, let me make sure I keep a line up better. For women, is it my ass and my titties? Well, let me wear things that accent that, but just not too out there. Stuff like that. Is it my perfume? Guys like my perfume. Stuff like that, guys. So figure out your strengths. You have to identify your strengths. And then go back in your mind and find the common denominator for where things start turning left, where things start going left. Figure out what's going on with that, and then minimize that bullshit as well. You can really do it simultaneously, guys, but it just takes experience. But the first thing is, you got to put your ego to the side. You got to put your pride to the side, And you got to take accountability on both sides. And you have to identify, hey, there is something that I need to fix myself, guys. That's just all it is to it. I had to do it. And anybody that's really good at relationships, whether you in a monogamous or a poly relationship, or you just out there being a player, whatever, whole phase, whatever, you still gotta identify your problems.